It's time. The conversation. Not left versus right, but life versus violence. Family. First of all, let's call the United States of America what it truly is, what it was created to be, and why. Why we are in the peak of this boiling point situation. This is not a democracy. The United States wasn't created to be a democracy, and it isn't today. It may use the words loosely as a democracy, but what it is in action is a plutocracy. This is part 2 of my request for us to come together. I'm speaking to you today as a neighbor and not a pundit. I'm not here to referee opinions. In a free country, you have the right to your view and I have mine. That's America. This isn't about views, it's about life and the hard line a very healthy and decent society must defend and never cross. You do not have the right to take someone's life because you disagree with them. Some of you sent me clips this week. Public figures threatened. Crowds online cheering when someone is harmed. Timelines lit up with sarcasm about a body on the ground. We scroll past it like another weather report, and that should absolutely horrify us. This is so much bigger than politics, you guys. It's about who we are becoming. We are forgetting that we are more alike than different, that a nation is a moral project before it is a policy argument. This is the United States of America, not the wild, wild West. If we do not arrest this slide, if we don't reclaim respectful speech and lawful disagreement, we will trade a republic for a ritual. Outrage, then isolation, and then violence. If we want to know where contempt and dehumanization lead, we don't need theory. We have a ledger. Enslaved people were beaten, branded, raped, and murdered, not as aberrations, but as a system. Bodies thrown overboard in the middle of passage. Families sold apart on courthouse steps. When freedom finally came, terror tried to cancel it. Wilmington, 1989. An elected multiracial government overthrown by a white mob. Well, dozens were killed. Tulsa's Greenwood District, 1921. Black Wall Street. A prosperous Black community bombed from the sky and burned from the ground. As many as hundreds dead. 10,000 left homeless. Rosewood, 1923. A Florida town erased for existing while Black. Indigenous peoples were pushed from homelands at gunpoint. Trail of Tears, Wounded Knee, Sand Creek, massacres justified by slogans about destiny, while graves filled with grandparents and children. Violence also hunted our leaders. President John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis. Bullets don't refute arguments. They silence the arguer and leave the lie intact. Dr. King warned us, the ultimate weakness of violence is that it is a descending spiral. Through violence, you may murder the liar, but you cannot murder the lie. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. We are an ongoing experiment in self-government, young compared with older civilizations, yet old enough to know better. It's time to level up, time to mature, time to stop playing games with people's lives and start acting like a nation worthy of the name United States. Because here's the truth. Our tools are more powerful than our temper. Words travel at the speed of light. Weapons outpace wisdom. If we don't change course, the next escalation won't leave anything worth controlling. So let's get practical and brave. The psychological game being played on each and every one of us. Yes, there is a psychological play going on right now, and there's no reason to have any names mentioned. This is not new, and it's not magic. The research is clear. How outraged economics works. You need to know how to clean your information diet and what tools are needed to diversify sources. Do a slow read, verify, and step out of the dopamine loop. So here is the pivot. We must choose not to be programmed. Refuse to let a screen decide who your enemy is. Refuse to cheer for blood. Refuse to confuse volume with virtue, and understand the game. Number 1, isolation. You're told not merely to disagree with them, but to avoid them. Don't befriend, don't date, don't work with those people. That's step 1 in cult dynamics. Number 2, the echo chambers. Algorithms feed you more of what spikes your pulse. Righteousness plus resentment equal a dopamine loop. Your world narrows. Your certainty hardens. Number 3, the tribal script. Every issue becomes a cosmic war. The other side isn't a neighbor with a hypothesis. No, they're an existential threat. That's how decent people start justifying indecent outcomes. Political psychology has words for this. Outgroup homogeneity bias, moral disengagement, stochastic provocation. But you don't need the jargon to see the pattern. The Allport scale teaches how contempt creeps from speech to segregation to violence. The endpoint is always the same. You can't argue with a gun. You could only kill with it. When killing substitutes for a conversation, a society begins to fracture along fault lines that were once just disagreements. So, what growing up looks like. Number 1, communicate to understand, not to win. Debate is a sport. Democracy is a shared project. Ask, what are you afraid of? What do you love? What would success feel like to your family? Then listen like the outcome depends on it, because it does. Number 2, rehumanize on purpose. No more those people. Say neighbors, co-workers, veterans, parents, elders, and students. Meet once a month across different places like libraries, union halls, VFWs, faith centers to break bread and build a single concrete project together, like a playground or a food drive or an overdose prevention training. Shared work makes shared worlds. Number 3, practice media hygiene. Curate your inputs. Diversify sources. Slow down before you share. If a clip makes you want to humiliate someone, sit with it for 10 minutes. Ask, is this the loudest 1% or the country? Don't let a screen choose your enemy. Number 4, draw bright lines around life. No assassination talk, no jokes about harm, no dehumanizing slurs. And we can be fierce about ideas and faithful to human dignity all at the same time. Number 5, Build common goods, not common enemies. Pick goals that ignore party labels. Safer streets without criminalization. Clean water, elder care, school ventilation, fentanyl response, small business corridors, better broadband. Judge by results, not by which tribe gets the credit. From dream to design. Dr. King had a dream, but what's our plan? Over the next 5 conversations, I'll bring historians, psychologists, organizers, veterans of peace processes, and constitutional scholars to map a workable blueprint. Number 1, nonviolence as a civic technology. Practices any town can adopt. Number 2, contact theory in real life. Formats that reduce hostility measurably. Number 3, algorithmic literacy. How to stop being farmed for rage. Number 4, cross-partisan projects with deadlines and metrics. Number 5, a pledge and local accountability ritual we can sign together. Because a dream without design is a slogan, and design without people is a pamphlet. Say the quiet commitment out loud. I will not let anything electronic decide who my neighbor is. I will not normalize political violence. I will see the human before the hashtag. I will argue hard and protect life harder. I will help build common goods with uncommon allies. I will choose sanity, dignity, and the discipline of nonviolence. We are so much more alike than we are different. We want our kids safe, roofs that don't leak, work that doesn't hollow us out, and leaders who tell the truth. That's the America the cameras rarely show, because calm cooperation doesn't trend, but it builds. It's time. Time to collaborate. Time to love. Time to communicate. Time to understand and not humiliate. That is how communities, cities, states, and a country actually thrive. Let's be worthy of our dead. Let's be worthy of our children. Let's be united before the next spiral makes unity impossible. I'm Monet Swan.